Senator Upakit met Narcotics Bureau investigators pursuing money laundering inquiries against him. Interestingly, after being confronted with potential charges by the investigators which he refused to acknowledge, Senator Upakit Pachariyangkun was taken to have his fingerprints checked and a background search conducted. It is reported he was found not to be the person who was the subject of an earlier arrest warrant issued concerning the case. An internal probe is already being carried out with the Metropolitan Police Bureau relating to an arrest warrant allegedly requested by a police unit led by Lieutenant Colonel Manapong Wongpiwat of the Metropolitan Police Bureau on October 3, 2022, which was hours later controversially rescinded after a hastily convened meeting between police and senior court officials, reportedly, due to the status of the person named on it. Thai Senator Upakit Pachariyangkun, who has found himself in the eye of controversy since his son-in-law was arrested in a police swoop by the Metropolitan Police Bureau last September, on Monday, met investigators with the Narcotics Suppression Bureau, NSB, in Bangkok who are pressing for charges to be brought against him related to money laundering and transnational crime. Details of the meeting were released by senior prosecutors in Bangkok later yesterday afternoon on instructions from the Office of the Attorney General, OAG. Senator Upakit has vowed that he is entirely innocent of any wrongdoing and, during his meeting with police, refused to acknowledge the charges put to him by officers linked with the ongoing investigation. Senator Upakit Pachariyangkun gave a press conference recently in which he denied all allegations against him which are linked to the arrest on 17 September 2022 of Myanmar tycoon and military junta associate, Dr. Ton Min Lot, and the 61-year-old senator's son-in-law Dean Young Gulchula, who have been charged before the courts with drug trafficking and money laundering offenses. The Thai senator at the center of a swirling controversy concerning a cancelled arrest warrant issued by the criminal court on October 3, 2022, which has prompted calls by former MP and Move Forward Party firebrand Rangsimon Rome for an investigation, while leading to an internal probe against a senior police officer of the Metropolitan Police Bureau who requested the warrant, on Monday afternoon, met with officers of the Narcotics Suppression Bureau, NSB, where he was informed of potential charges against him relating to money laundering and a possible penalty for being linked with transnational organized crime as a senior office holder. Mr. Kasalwatan Tachanyong, a deputy spokesman of the Office of the Attorney General, OAG, entailing Chan Road, confirmed the news and told reporters that he had been informed by Mr. Lieutenant Mankalsawat, the Director General of the Office of Prosecutors, that Mr. Upakit Pachariyangkun, a Thai senator, had met with officers attached to the Narcotics Suppression Bureau, NSB, at 2 p.m. Senator was taken to the investigators' offices where he met three investigators together with officials from the Office of the Attorney General, OAG. He said that Senator Upakit was taken to the investigators' offices where he made known his explicit intention to defend the matters and facts presented to him. It is understood that the senator claims that control of a company linked with police inquiries into money laundering was transferred by him to his son-in-law some time ago. He was informed about the inquiries being pursued against him and the alleged facts established by investigators in the case. It is understood that three investigators took part in these discussions as well as representatives of the Office of the Attorney General, OAG. Senator Upakit refused to acknowledge any basis for the charges. Found not to be the person who was the subject of an arrest warrant according to reports from yesterday. After finishing his discussions with officers, the senator was taken to have his fingerprints checked and for the officers to run a criminal background check. Reports from the Office of the Attorney General, OAG, suggested that Senator Upakit was subsequently found not to be the person who was the subject of an arrest warrant and summons previously issued. On this basis, an appointment was made for Senator Upakit to return to meet officials and investigators on April 17, where the investigative and prosecutorial process will be progressed further. Office of the Attorney General, OAG, has ordered proceedings in the matter to be expedited and instructed prosecutors to be fair to all parties involved. The Office of the Attorney General, OAG, has ordered that the proceedings related to Senator Upakit Pachariyangkun be expedited given the seriousness of the charges and the senator's position, which has implications if the charges against him are ultimately pursued and he is found guilty by a court. It is understood the police investigation linked with Senator Upakit is related to arrests made on the 17th of September 2022, including that of Myanmar tycoon and military junta associate, Dr. Ton Min Lot, by officers of the Metropolitan Police Bureau. Shock police probe into drug dealing and money laundering linked with Myanmar to strain ties. The arrests made at various locations in Bangkok saw the 38-year-old son-in-law of Senator Upakit detained and later charged with drug trafficking and money laundering alongside Dr. Ton Min Lot, with over 200 million in assets seized. Explosive allegations made in February by firebrand MP Rangsimon Rome in Parliament, after which he revealed details of the rescinded arrest warrant. In February, explosive allegations made by Move Forward's Rangsimon Rome in a parliamentary debate identified a warrant purportedly issued for the arrest of the senator on October 3, 2022, which was subsequently rescinded by senior officials with the reported support of a senior police officer, according to Mr. Rangsimon. Recently, Police Lieutenant Colonel Manapong Wongpiwat of the investigation team of the Metropolitan Police Bureau, who led the probe into Dr. Tan Min Lot, was transferred to another role along with other officers linked to the case. PM's party lashes out at MP Rangsimon Rome's irresponsible revelations in Parliament last week. Police chief orders probe into police officers who sought a rescinded arrest warrant for a sitting senator. Police Lieutenant Colonel Manapong has found himself under an internal disciplinary investigation over the request to have the arrest warrant issued for a sitting senator, which is ongoing. Defamation proceedings taken by Senator Upakit. Senator Upakit has also commenced defamation proceedings against Mr. Rangsimon and others, and in recent weeks has insisted that he is entirely innocent of the charges against him. He has also denied vociferously that he had used his position to influence police investigations into the matter and the legal process, pointing out that the arrest of his son-in-law, Mr. Dean Young Gulchula, had thrown his family into turmoil and demonstrated clearly for all to see that he did not influence such matters. At a press conference, the senator broke down over the allegations being made against him and vowed to fight them in court. He insisted that he had nothing to do with any illegal activities. The 61-year-old senator branded the case against him as a fabrication linked to politics and apologized only for failing to acknowledge the claims against him earlier. He said he feared speaking to them would only give them more substance than they deserved. On Monday, it was reported that the Office of the Attorney General, OAG, has urged investigators and prosecutors to dispose of the matter in a manner that was fair to all parties concerned while upholding the law. Senator faces serious legal jeopardy if charges and legal proceedings are pursued in court and he is ultimately convicted because of a 2013 crime law. While it is understood that Senator Upakit is facing the prospect of potential charges being pursued connected with money laundering, he may also, therefore, face a penalty under the Anti-Participation in Transnational Organized Crime Act 2013 for being a sitting senator and participating in transnational crime, if convicted. This potentially opens up the senator, if a case against him is pursued and brought to a conviction, facing a penalty or punishment that would be twice as high as that for those ordinarily charged and convicted of this sort of offense. Section 8 of the law passed by the government of Yingluck Shinawatra and which was signed by King Bhumibol Adulyadej in June 2013 reads, a member of the House of Representatives, a member of the Senate, a member of the local assembly, a local administrator, a government official, an official in a local administrative organization, an official of a state organization, a director or executive officer or official in a state enterprise, an official, a director, a manager or any person responsible for the operation of a financial institution or directors of organizations specified in the Constitution, who have committed an offense under this chapter, shall be punished 2 times of the penalties specified therein. A similar provision exists in Section 10 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 1999.